Today you are drinking Ezra Brooks Straight Rye Whiskey. Ezra Brooks Rye is produced by Lux Row Distillers and is the only rye whiskey in the Ezra Brooks line. It comes in at 90 proof. We paid $13 plus shipping for our bottle, and it can be found for around $17. As always, your prices may vary. Enjoy.
All right, thanks, Joyce. Let's dive in and see what they think. As always, I know what they're drinking. They don't.
Nice copper color.
Yeah, more orangey than usual.
Yeah, I'd say there's a nice orange color there.
I have to think about what I'm smelling.
It's a little bit sweet, like a honey sweet.
Yeah, I was going to say like a light caramel, honey sweetness to it. Brown sugar.
Brown sugar, yeah.
I agree with the honey.
Getting a little bit of leather.
I'm getting almost like a tea note.
Maybe that's what I'm
Like
smelling instead of leather.
Like a honey tea.
See, I'm getting like an earthy tea.
Getting like a green tea.
I'm going to go in for a sip.
Ooh, that's smooth.
It is. I'm not sure I like that smooth.
It's giving me a little bit of hug in the chest.
Yeah.
Chest.
I like the smoothness.
What about the actual flavors, though?
I'm not getting much.
I was expecting the flavors to be a little more harsh. The flavors are smooth, and there's definitely a sweetness. I was expecting, based on the nose, the sweetness to be more mild than it is, but it's almost like a sugary caramel.
Yeah.
Like a very sweet caramel.
And it's almost too
Like
sweet.
caramel cream.
Yeah. And it's almost too sweet for my taste. And what you were saying about the smoothness, what I think ends up happening for me is the smoothness of this just kind of steals from the finish. Like the finish is a little vibrant, little bit of spiciness to the finish on this. And the smoothness just kind of disrupts that for me. And
Are you only getting spices on the finish? Because I'm getting spice like on the forefront, my tip, my tongue, and
yes,
the front of my mouth.
I'm getting a little bit of spice on the palate, but the spice is much more prevalent on the finish.
it's a different type of spice. It's more like a baking spice on the tip of my tongue and a peppery spice on the finish.
Yeah, see, I'm getting like chili spice the whole way through. Like a candied chili.
Like chili M&Ms.
Yeah, like it'd be essentially like that.
Okay.
Do they make chili M&Ms?
Probably in Japan. If anywhere, it's probably Japan.
Yeah, that feels right.
They did have them here.
It would be Asia.
No, they had chocolate chili M&Ms here a while back when they were doing the, all right, here's 5 new flavors, vote on your favorite one.
I like this, but you're right. The sweetness on the palate does kind of, it just doesn't feel right with the finish, and I think it does steal some of the show.
It interferes. It's past interference.
I'm intrigued to see this with water.
All right, so while we let the water mingle with the whiskey, we'll tell you about our homes on the internet. You can find us on Instagram and on Facebook at The Bottom Shelf and Twitter at Shelf Whiskey. You can also find us now on podhubnetwork.com. You can see videos from us there. You can also see our podcast and other podcasts from around the Pittsburgh area. You can also buy this bottle in Drizly down below. That'll help support the channel. And if you want to help support us directly, you can join us on Patreon and at buymeacoffee.com. Both links are down below. Let's dive in and see what the water did here.
Made the nose much more prevalent.
I don't know about more prevalent.
I don't know about more prevalent. I would say it's less. I'm getting more of the sweetness, less of the earthy.
It's like candied orange.
I'm still getting like caramel.
Like I'm thinking like if like some cocktails ask for you to take an orange slice and put sugar directly on the orange slice, and that's kind of what I'm getting. It's even sweeter.
See, I got way more spice.
I got way more spice on the finish, not as much spice on the front.
I got way more spice on the finish. The finish is now what I wanted it to be before. The sweetness isn't interfering as much.
It doesn't linger as much on the front of the tongue anymore.
Yeah.
Like, it's all in the back of the tongue.
I'm not sure. I kind of like it a little bit more with the water.
I like it about the same, just differently. I think if I were going to drink this straight, I would want it neat. If I were going to mix it, obviously it's going to be watered down, and I think that will do well for a cocktail.
Definitely getting on the nose more of those candied notes. Not sure what's candied, but it's candied.
See, I'm just getting like brown sugar caramel on the nose.
I think I get a little bit of that brown sugar. I don't know about caramel. I get caramel.
Getting like praline.
Candied ginger.
That might be it.
Ready for some ratings?
Yes.
Let's go ahead and hear it. Start with the nose.
Nose to me was the strong point, and I'm going 3 on this. Just average.
2.5 is average.
Then 2.5. And that was the strong point for me. I just found this whiskey to be too particularly sweet for my taste.
I also think the nose is the strong point. I'm going 4.5 though.
Oh, he likes it a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, I like the sweetness. Partially because I'm looking for a sipping whiskey, but I'm also looking for a cocktail whiskey, and that sweetness I feel like the sweetness mixed with like the spiciness does well for a cocktail for me, even on the nose. Like I think the nose would cut through.
I think the nose is definitely one of the stronger qualities. I think I like it not as good as the palate, maybe about equal to palate, but I'm gonna give the nose a 3. I'm just not sure if the profile is something that I enjoy. I think I'm still wading my way through it a little bit and trying to figure out if I like this profile or not. So, but I like it enough to give it a 3.
Palate, again, way too sweet for my taste. And I honestly think if you were going to use this as a cocktail mixer, I would have to add an awful lot of bitters to this just to tone that sweetness down. I personally just don't like it because of that. And I think if you added Coke to this, basically all you would taste is Coke. I'm going with a 1.5.
This is going to be the one that like divides us.
Ooh, yeah, it is. I do think the palate was not as good as the nose. I'm still going to give it a 3.5 on the palate. I like the sweetness. I do agree with you that this and Coke is not the cocktail I'm looking for. I'm looking more for I don't really know what I'm looking for mixed with this, to be honest.
I don't think it's Coke though.
I don't think it's Coke. No. That's sweetness and sweetness.
Yeah.
I'm looking for something a little more bitter.
Like I said, you need to add a lot of bitters.
Maybe ginger beer?
Ginger beer, like a mule. Yeah, this is a mule.
I'm gonna give it 3.5 as well. I think I like it better than the nose. Again, though, the profile that came off on this whiskey, I'm still like wrestling with. I'm trying to decide if I like it or not. I like it, I should say. I'm just trying to figure out how much I like it, and if it's like the profile if it's a profile I'd want to return to. That's as a sipping whiskey. Then finish.
Finish, I think, was a little stronger than the palate. It was well timed. I did like the peppery notes that I was getting. It broke away from the sweetness for me, but I really can't go much higher than a 2 on the finish on this.
I also like the finish better than the palate. I'm going to give it a 4 on the finish. For most of the same reasons, just I liked it better.
Yeah. I'm liking that this is different. I like this a lot. This is good. And then I'm just right there in the middle going, I'm going to give the finish a 3. I think for me, it's on par with the palate. And again, I like the nose better. So that's our ratings. Jump into guesses. Okay, what kind of whiskey is this? What's the proof on this whiskey? How much is retail? And then the non-competition part that's good for our viewers. What would you pay for it?
I'm going to go simple. What I would pay for this, $8. I did not like it. The only reason I'm saying $8 is because I really have not seen anything on the shelf for less than that. How much you paid for it? I'm going to guess 12. No. I'm thinking you ended up paying probably 18 or 20 for this. I'm going to go 80 proof Canadian.
I'm also going 80 proof Canadian.
Oh, okay.
I think this is the best Canadian I've had.
Okay.
I would say you probably paid 16 to 18 for it. I would be willing to pay as much as 22.
All right.
This is one of the few that I'm like, what the retail price is, I would probably be willing to pay more than that.
All right, so
could I say I would pay
Canadian.
0 for this because I would not buy it?
You can say you wouldn't buy it. That's fine.
Okay.
You would not buy this.
I would not buy this.
All right, so let's start. Watch this be like something you did buy or something. Okay, so let's start with the ratings of other sites. Distiller gave this an 87. Whiskey Advocate gave it an 84.
Okay.
General notes. The nose. Spice, vanilla, rye, caramel, green. Just
green?
Like a green note. It's very green. Like grass or...
I'm sorry, I don't smell colors.
Green. I think green is one of those colors that has
it looks like solar.
Pepper, oak, herbal, eucalyptus, juicy fruit. Multiple people said juicy fruit.
Okay.
Like gum.
Okay, I
can see that.
I can support everything so far.
Yeah.
Palate. Spice, vanilla, oak, rye, citrus, white chocolate. And then finish, medium long, oak, spice, pepper. All right, so no, this is not a Canadian whiskey.
Well, that's good because I like it a lot more than I like Canadians.
This
normally.
is a straight rye.
Okay.
Proof is 90 proof.
Okay.
So you're both wrong there. Who's closer?
That's really mild 90 proof.
Yeah, it is.
This may be a straight tie for you guys. Because price is $17.
Yep, that's a straight tie. 16 and 18. It was in my price range though that I gave, so
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, but I'm not doing. No.
If you take the average of our price ranges instead of the bottom end.
So he said 16 to 18, I said 18 to 20. So that yeah.
All right. Eric wins by a technicality.
Yeah, by default.
Yes.
Okay.
That's kind of
Supposedly, this is 2 years old. I'm gonna check the bottle to make sure. But supposedly, I was reading on websites and I forgot to actually check the bottle. The mash bill is 95% rye. So this is like an almost all rye with 5% malted barley.
Okay, we're gonna pause the video right there. It appears that my information on the mash bill of this whiskey was a little bit outdated. What I tend to do is first go to distiller.com and get my first bits information for a whiskey, and they reported a 95% rye, 5% malted barley mash bill. If you also look around at a few older reviews, they also report a 95% rye, 5% malted barley mash bill as well. However, going today to get some information for Joyce's read over of the whiskey, I noticed that the website for Ezra Brooks actually says it's a 51% rye, 45% corn, 4% malted barley mash bill, which is a very different mash bill. So keep that in mind when you're going through the rest of the video. I'm not sure when this mash bill changed, but maybe you can leave a comment down below of when that change actually occurred. Either way, both products do come from NGP. All right, back to the video.
Reveal time. So today, you all drank Ezra Brooks Straight Rye Whiskey.
Are you sure they didn't taste the color of the labels?
Rye tends to have green labels. Tends to. Not everyone does, but most ryes have green. All ryes have green labels. It does say at the back here, aged 24 months, so it is young. Youngness tends to have green notes, and
is that what they mean by green? It's green, like it's young.
Well, either that, grassy, or wood that feels fresh.
Yeah,
like a green wood.
Okay.
Green. One person said green pepper, not black pepper,
Okay.
like black pepper, but green pepper.
Okay, yeah.
It also says it's charcoal mellowed. I wonder if that had anything to do with.
It says charcoal mellowed, yeah, mellowed. All right. This is produced by Lux Row, which only started distilling in 2016. This is sourced from MGP, which NGP was Lux Row was just bought by MGP, or Luxco got bought by MGP, which owns Lux Row, last month in January. So this is probably 2 months ago, probably by the time this video comes out. They theoretically could keep just taking MGP, rye whiskey and keep producing it under this label. Or they may actually start using Lux Row whiskey once their distillery and their product is aged long enough. That being said, this has won some competitions. This got a gold medal at the San Francisco World Spirits Competition and a gold medal at the Global Masters Spirit Competition, both in 2017. I don't know what categories they won, if it's young rye or whatever, but... Oh, price I paid. I paid $13 for this bottle with then plus $3 more for shipping.
That I know it's a rye. I have to be honest, I'm even less of a fan. It is way too sweet for a rye in my taste. And I think the age could have a lot to do with the profile on it too.
It could be part of it. So ryes their sweet spot tends to be younger, like compared to bourbons at least. So like 6 years, like 4 to 6 years. Whereas bourbons usually it's like 10 to like 8. I'd say 8 to 12 years is like the sweet spot. I'm not sure how I feel about ryes yet.
Okay.
Like I had this, and I was like, this is just a vastly different profile. I didn't quite get all the notes I usually get today. Like I didn't get as much as the herbal notes that tend to be like the eucalyptus, which is a present thing that people often get. One of the notes I didn't put down that people do often get in rye whiskeys that some people did get, but not enough to put on the list, is dill. So like eucalyptus and dill, and someone even said like thyme and other herb-like notes that people do get a lot with rye whiskey. So I didn't get them as much today, but I'm not sure if I'm a fan of that. Like it's definitely distinct enough. It's distinct and puts it in its own category. I just don't know if I like it.
Yeah.
I do.
I would like to try this in a 4 or a 6-year-old version.
Yeah. Yeah, I think as they get more product and as MGP does more stuff, they're going to probably release more. Because this is the only rye I'm aware of in the Ezra Brooks line.
Yeah.
I'm also in the same boat as you with I don't know how I feel about rye. This makes me like rye a little bit more.
Ryes do tend to go well in cocktails. So I think, I don't know which ones, but yeah, ryes do tend to go well in cocktails because they can cut through a lot of the stuff and be present. Hope you enjoyed the review. If you like what we're doing, please leave us a comment and a like, and we'd love to see a subscription so you can see more of our stuff. And until next time, may the winds of fortune sail you.
May you sail a gentle sea.
May it always be that guy who says,
This drink's on me.
That was a disagreement.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It's great, actually. I like it.